Minecraft is a fascinating game. Huge mountains, wide open plains, and an entire world that can be shaped on the player's whim. Yet, Minecraft's segmented development history has left some aspects of the game overlooked. I've been playing Minecraft for 13 years now. Over time, I've developed a good understanding of how Minecraft is developed, including getting multiple ideas added to the game. That's why I put together a collection of over 100 ideas I believe could improve the Minecraft experience. Today we continue our journey exploring these ideas. This is the list. Add chiseled and cracked nether bricks to the nether fortresses. Why? I'd wager most players don't even know these blocks exist. Adding them to the nether fortresses subtly could highlight the structure while keeping the vanilla feel to the fortress. And when I say add these subtly to the nether fortress, I mean subtly. So here's exactly what I would do. For the chiseled nether bricks, I would add these everywhere there's these two high fences, below and above them. So if we just go ahead and replace some of these here with some chiseled nether bricks, you can see this wall has a lot more structure and it feels a lot more, I guess, powerful compared to this wall, which doesn't have those. Like, this is just the normal generation right here. So I think this actually improves a lot, and also you can tell that the chiseled texture actually goes quite well with the nether bricks because the lines all line up, so you don't actually have to change any of the texture itself. Just add those above and below, and I've done the same thing over here already, which you can see sort of highlights the fences a little bit more, while also still keeping the feel to the fortress here. So that's really nice. As far as the cracked nether bricks, I would put them around this lava source in this room, because this is actually a very important room in the nether fortress. This separates the two halves of the fortress. The one half that's not covered and has the blaze spawners is down here, and the one that is covered, like has a roof and everything and has chests, is down here. So this is actually quite an important room in the fortress to find. And so, as such, I would probably place some cracked bricks around this part of the lava source to basically highlight that and sort of differentiate this from all the other places where you can find nether bricks in the game. Prepare yourselves for this next one. It's going to come as a huge shocker to absolutely no one. Add Fletching Table functionality. 3 years ago, Mojang said they'd add fletching and smithing table functionality in a future update. Check that! It's actually been 5.5 years because I wrote that 2.5 years ago. 5.5 years on, the smithing table now has a functionality, but the fletching table still does not. I've elaborated a lot about potential uses for the fletching table. I mean, it's not like there's an entire family of arrows already in the game that barely get used and could be created more easily in the fletching table than elsewhere, right? I could go on about fletching table functionality and its potential uses, but the simple fact remains it's the only workstation that has not been updated with at least one secondary use for the player. I encourage you to check out my multiple previous videos linked below if you want more information about this injustice. Allow players to add Elytra patterns to their Elytra via smithing table. Why? Elytra is the ultimate endgame item. It is far and away the most sought after late game item as it allows the player to soar and fly through the air with ease. And its texture is literally still a gray blob. Why would you not allow the player to display and decorate the most valuable item that you can obtain in the game? To not allow players to express themselves via creative designs on their wings is absurd. Third-party programs and resource packs, and if you're lucky, some capes, allow the players to have great-looking Elytra, but not allowing players to create their own patterns is a travesty, especially when they can do so for other craftable items like shields, and when things like armor trims exist already. Get on it, Mojang. Music discs in dungeons and mineshafts should not be limited to only the Cat and 13 music discs. There are an additional 10 music discs beyond Cat and 13, which are currently only obtainable via a skeleton shooting and slaying a creeper. Why? Having only 2 music discs findable in dungeon chests limits the amount of unique loot available to find in the world. Allowing the other 10 original music discs to be found would allow players to enjoy more in-game music rather than getting 2 million of the same 13 and Cat discs all the time. Why not let people find the enchanting far music discs, or the soothing sounds of Maul? There should be more unique and rare findable items in Minecraft in general, but this is a small step that can be made to improve this immediately without adding new items. Very few people would miss making a record disc farm, and of course they could still make one if they wanted hundreds of every music disc. This small change would simply allow the other 10 original discs to be found like Cat and 13. In my view, nothing of value here is lost by adding the original discs to chests. I also want to say a big thank you to Mojang for adding new unique records recently in Bastions, Ancient Cities, Trail Ruins, and in Trial Chambers, as players can and do go exploring to seek those music discs there. Thank you, Mojang. Speaking of thanking Mojang, our next item on the list is that music discs should be able to be put into and pulled out of a jukebox, which has already been added to the game. If you play on Bedrock, this has been a thing for a while now, and if you play on Java, this was added somewhat recently. This change was amazing for the game, unlocking player creativity to make automatic music players, which allow us to enjoy the beautiful songs that Minecraft has to offer. So once again, a big thank you to Mojang for making this change happen. Aelia trees should be given their own unique wood color and texture. Why? Every other tree in the game has its own unique, distinct wood type, except Aelia trees. Why? Who knows? There are Aelia leaves, 2 types in fact, and Aelia bush, again with 2 types, but no Aelia wood, Aelia planks, Aelia stairs, slabs, or doors, or fences, or fence gates, or buttons, or boats. This is a tremendously large missed opportunity to add more variety to wood types, which Mojang clearly still want to add, as they're adding the white pale wood trees, and stairs, and pale slabs, and pale fences, and buttons, and boats to the winter drop coming soon. Ask yourself this: what better way to further indicate that a green lush cave lies beneath naturally generated Aelia trees than having the wood itself be a light shade of green? I'm just saying. Allow doors, fence gates, anvils, and other blocks to be waterlogged. When the 1.13 Update Aquatic released a few years back, many blocks were made to be waterloggable so that they could look good underwater. For whatever reason, several blocks were not allowed to have the waterlog variants, despite things like slabs, stairs, fences, lanterns, etc. all having waterlogged states. Mojang can and should go through the block list to update every non-solid block that makes sense with a waterlogged variant. Not doing so continues to make living underwater a visual nightmare, despite things like the conduit making it possible. Add quartz bricks, slabs, and stairs. Why? All other quartz blocks have stair and slab variants except quartz bricks. Also, every type of bricks in the game, except chiseled and cracked variants, have stairs and slabs associated with the bricks. That is, of course, except quartz bricks. You can see this most clearly if you open up the creative menu and type brick, and there's quartz bricks, sitting all alone at the very end. Give armor stands their hands as they have on Bedrock Edition. Why? Again, this is another parity issue. Allowing armor stands to show their hands and hold a weapon or shield was in the game for a few updates in Java Edition until it was removed. Why was it removed? No one really knows. However, it's still possible in Bedrock and would be a great addition to the game, as it allows players greater freedom to express themselves by displaying their most prized tools and possessions. Allow villagers to render armor placed on them via dispenser. It is already possible to dispense armor onto a villager via dispenser, but Minecraft doesn't render that armor visually. Mojang knows of this feature and expanded it by allowing villagers to wear mob heads and carve pumpkins. So why not allow them to wear armor as well? Perhaps if they're worried about the villager type not being apparent, as it could be covered by the armor, then why not just have only the helmet or boots rendered? I think that not showing the armor in any way seems like a missed opportunity. I've enjoyed our time together today, but I must be off. My childhood obsession with quicksand is about to return, and I don't want to miss it. Until next time, happy crafting.